Hi everyone! This is a video that I'm filming in partnership with Create to Learn and Imaginative, which is really exciting. There will be 4 parts to this video series. The first one is going to be just a general introduction to block printing. The second video will be how to design a block and transfer your drawing and ideas onto the block. The third one will be about carving the block and strategies on how to make it come out the way you want. And the fourth video will be about printing on paper and printing on fabric. So this is a really exciting series and I can't wait to get started. Sego, it's Kat. Newcat's Cat Brown Kutchuk. I'm Oneida Nation of the Thames, Bear Clan, and I also have roots in the Chippewas of the Thames First Nation in Canada. And I'm excited to be here today to talk to you about block printing. So block printing is a kind of printmaking where you take a block or some kind of object, coat it with paint, and then transfer that paint to another object. There are so many ways to block print. I want to introduce some of them to you today. This kind, on this little mask I did, was using easy cut rubber. So this is sort of one fun way to use rubber. This one, on paper, I used ink instead of paint, and I put it on lino print. This is a linoleum print. So there's a couple options. Most people are introduced to block printing in elementary school, or even at home when you're learning your first sort of art experiences. And I know for sure my first experience with block printing was with the humble potato. So block printing is ultimately a kind of stamping. And so almost anybody at home probably already has a potato or a sweet potato, maybe an apple at home that you can just use a knife carefully with supervision if you're a child. And you can stamp it on just a regular old stamped ink pad and create a block print at home with scrap paper that you probably already have lying around. So block printing is super simple. I like to do a lot of relief block printing. Wow, that's so satisfying. Well, I like to do relief block printing, which, like I said, is what this is with rubber, linoleum, or sometimes these mounted linoleum blocks. They're a little expensive, and so, well, not like super expensive. I think this one might have been $8, but still, you know, not everybody can get to an art store right now. So if you're interested in learning or trying it out, a pretty much free way using recycled things that you already have is to take an old piece of styrofoam, and on the back side it should be pretty smooth. On the front side, this one is kind of like a honeycomb, and so that would get a cool pattern if you used it by itself. But to be able to carve your own, I like to cut off the smooth side. And so you end up with a little tiny section that you can carve away in a really simpler way without sharp tools. So I put a little, I don't know if you can see it, but it's a flower. Yeah, there we go. So it's a flower carved into this styrofoam tray using the back of a small paintbrush. You can also just use like colored pencil crayon, and you drag the back of the pencil or paintbrush along the styrofoam to create an indentation. And because this one isn't likely to go well on an ink pad because of its size, you can also just take a regular old tray and some acrylic paint or a tempera paint, just a thicker kind of paint. Watercolor might not work so well with this, and you just sort of spread it onto your tray pretty evenly, so with a wider looking paintbrush. Or like if you had a sponge, that might work too. Basically, I'm just saying you don't gotta buy anything, you know? To most block printing, if you just wanna get started and have a taste of it, you can find a way to figure out what to use at home already. And then you can kind of push it down onto that painted surface and carefully pick it up. Oh, it's gonna be kind of cool. I can see some of the paint made it exactly where I wanted it to. And then you're gonna push it down, and this is where it's really important just to push down directly and not move that paint around at all. Just straight pressure right down onto the paper. And then let's see. Oh, ta-da! You can see where the paint ended up. Not on the section of the styrofoam that was pushed in with the back of my pencil. Or paintbrush. So for kids, these are definitely some cool options to start out with, and even adults. It's a good way to get into it. So that's the first thing. But now I want to teach you how to sort of go to the next level. Once you're sure you really like it, how to get your drawing set up into a block. So that's the next section. Thank you so much.